Welcome.
Wow. Brad and I are at PB and Cheru Shaw's house. You know, and we had talked early on about the mantel not being ordinary, but we really wanted to do it around one piece.
There's a Buddha that I brought back from a trip to India that the whole room is being designed around that.
This space here where the Buddha will sit is actually recessed, so that Buddha will be completely framed in its own kind of display area.
Today, Ben and I are going to meet one of my dearest friends, Jen Carter. What do you think of it?
I'm not quite sure what to do with it, so that's why I called you all. I really want to see what we can do to make it not feel quite as stark as what it does right now.
I'm so thrilled for PB and Cheru to walk in and see this room.
Oh my God. What do you think? Pearson Company is my dream. I get to live it every day, along with my talented team of designers.
You never know what's going to come in the door or who you're going to work with.
What I love doing is being that person that can walk in and say, absolutely, I get your dream, and we can make it happen.
I'm the new kid on the block, and I'm looking forward to blowing people's minds.
I've never been in a place that was as creative as this environment is.
You know, I've been working with the Shaws. And they're kind of the mystery clients. Some of you have met them, some of you haven't, but Deborah and I have been secretly working on that house for about 1.5 years now.
It's been a challenge, but you know, it is just amazing.
I've seen
As
the
you start to see
plans.
it come together.
The house is amazing.
Well, you know what it's like when you're doing a house that's around 8,000 square feet, and I've been working with them on the plans with the builder and the architect from day one, and then now it's transitioned into finished rooms, which is where you come in to play.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get you to help me on the living room,
Sounds great.
work out some ideas that I have for the fireplace ceiling. And then we have Jen Carter.
Yeah, she's awesome.
And Ben, you've been selected.
Yay!
Ordained to be the new...
You could be my design date.
the partner in crime. So that's the plan. Let's get to work. Okay?
All right.
Brad and I are at PB and Cheru Shaw's house. I've been working on this house for about 1 year. The wine room turned out amazing. Now we're gonna tackle the living room.
Welcome.
Wow. We have drywall, yes. PB and Cheru have collected artifacts and antiques from all over the world. They have asked that we use some of these items to become the focus of the room. And so this room, really, the way it arranges, I wanted it to feel as if it was a temple. You know, I wanted to have beams and some architecture, but I don't want it to be predictable. And then I know we're gonna put something important here.
Absolutely.
We have been doing this around a Buddha.
Right.
A certain Buddha, right?
When I went to India, I found a Buddha after searching a whole lot, and it just seemed to be perfect. So I brought it back. You never saw it because it got shipped home.
Okay.
And then it went straight to Jonathan's office. And so that's how Jonathan has seen it and you haven't.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
The fireplace is going to be special because we're doing it around a beautiful artifact of Buddha from India. And so it has a bit of her homeland and culture. All of this I want to frame in marble, okay? All the way down marble. But then back here, because you love wood, I want it to be, you know, a beautiful, rich wood piece that complements what we will do on the ceiling.
Okay. I love that we're going to be able to focus on the Buddha. I love that it's going to have that viewpoint that draws you in. And so I hope that all the pieces that we're bringing together really give them the focal point that they want.
I wanted to create a really cool ceiling and do a different kind of treatment with the beam, which we still need to work out.
Right.
But this room was originally supposed to have, you remember, more of a cathedral ceiling.
Exactly.
And I said, please, let's dial it back a little bit. Let's be a little bit different. The beams we're putting on the ceiling are to help draw your eyes upward. I want to take advantage of the architecture of the vault, and I want to leave the impression that you're actually in an Asian temple. Okay, so let's talk about furniture. How do you see yourself living in the room? Sitting here on a beautiful sofa, you know?
You want to look out.
And then maybe a couple of chairs here, you know, over in this area here, where you get kind of this more casual, everything's kind of floating, it's not against the wall.
Whatever's on this side needs to be lighter as far as the look,
I agree.
because I don't want to take away from the
view.
The view.
By placing the heavier pieces of furniture against the wall and then putting the lighter pieces on the window side, we're able to preserve the view but also give the room a sense of balance. Yeah, I was wondering what we're going to do by the fireplace.
You know, because we did the fireplace this way and this is so clean, it is easy to come up with some sort of place that could be just a beautiful linear cabinet, an etagere, or it could be something with doors if you want it to be protected.
I'm almost thinking that as beautiful this fireplace is going to be when it gets done, I don't want to take attention away from it. So if we do something here, I want it to be lower and kind of
And simple.
simple again.
This house has impeccable views of beautiful landscape in Nashville. So I want to make sure that what I'm doing only takes that to the next level and that you really capture the view. So furniture needs to be basically seen and not heard, basically comfortable and simple.
Today, Ben and I are going to meet one of my dearest friends, Jen Carter. She called us so that we could come in, take a look at her new loft, and see what we can do to warm up her kitchen a little bit more.
Hi. Oh, so good to see you.
I know, you're excited to see you. Okay, Jen, this is Ben.
Oh, hi. So nice to meet you. I've
Nice
heard
to
so many
meet you,
great things
too.
about you.
Likewise.
Awesome. Good.
Okay, I cannot wait to see it.
I can't either. Come on, let's go.
Check it out. Jen and I have been friends for a really long time, so I was really excited when she called and wanted us to come in and do her new home.
So what do you think of my space? Isn't it fun?
Yeah, I really like it. We haven't really seen it in person yet because we've just been dealing with floor plans on paper. Exactly. What do you think of it?
I love it. I'm not quite sure what to do with it, so that's why I called you all. I really want to see what we can do to make it not feel quite as stark as what it does right now, because we have a family and this is going to be a fun place, but it needs to be functional as well.
We can help.
Before we came over today, Jen told me that she wanted some type of island created, so it gave her a little bit more functionality and a little bit more character. So we brought some ideas to see what she thinks. We were talking about doing like an island over here.
Right.
So what we decided we were going to do is actually do something like this.
Oh, I like that.
So it incorporates some more wood into the room.
I mean, it's storage obviously on this side.
Yes.
So is the back side storage as well? or
It's
is it
not
straight?
storage, it's just flat on the back, but it gives you, like, it's literally gonna run the length of this kitchen.
Okay.
And then you've got 2 cabinet doors on either side and 3 drawers.
All right.
And we'll probably maybe swap out the hardware, just find something that would coordinate and pull what's on here. I
think so.
I love that because I think there's so much brown in the space.
Yes.
It'll be nice to have a different color.
A lot of people think that kitchen islands are something that have to be built in, but you can actually buy a kitchen island that's pre-made, or in our situation, we took a piece of furniture and made it a kitchen island. It's really important though when you do something like that, you want to measure the height of your kitchen counters and try to match that on the island as well. And then we were thinking about doing this as the countertop surface on that.
Oh, that's a great idea because I think that will really coordinate. And again, not so much brown in the orange in the kitchen. It'll be really nice, a different color.
We decided to go with the quartz countertop on Jen's Island because quartz is one of the most durable and easy to maintain materials. And there's a great selection of colors to choose from.
Well, okay, so let me ask you this. So this is for storage. What do you guys think about maybe a place to eat? Because I really don't have any place other than the sofa. Is there something we could do? Or?
Yeah, we could actually just make this top bigger. So instead of it simply just being kind of a piece of furniture with the top on it, we can extend the back over.
Put your legs under.
No, I think that's a fantastic idea. I'm really excited about it. I can't wait to see what it looks
Yeah.
like. So.
You know, most places you're not walking in the kitchen, but here, because of the loft setup, this is really your entryway as well, and I think it would be great to have a big impact. This is what we were thinking. So it's actually acrylic.
I mean, it's gonna run in the same linear pattern as the console. It's gonna give down lighting for while you're sitting there, while you're preparing food.
Sure.
And then it's also, because it's got that frosted acrylic, it's gonna glow out and give just more lighting into this space so that you're not simply depending on the overhead recess lighting.
I think that's going to be beautiful.
Yeah. Even though it's a small space, we actually are going to be focusing on workspace with an island, additional lighting, and then accessorizing to make it truly her own new place.
Charu Shaw is coming to approve final selections and see really what I want to do to her living room. You started us off well, which I appreciate because you brought me the main focal point of the room.
There's a Buddha that I brought back from a trip to India that the whole room is being designed around that. Culturally, anything religious, we like it facing east. That fireplace faces east, and so that's where it's going.
I know that you and PB want marble, you know, and we were going to run that through a lot of the heart of the house and the body of the house. And so this is Paradise Beige. It's just a beautiful marble.
Marble is a big thing for us. Culturally, most of the homes that we have in India, they have marble floors, and so we really wanted marble in this house.
I know you love the rosewood colors and the idea, so I want to incorporate that in. Do a layout like this where we have about 12 inches of wood, which would be this, all the way around the room. Basically just wrapping this marble.
I like that.
One way to soften the look of a room that has a stone floor and also add a layer of depth and texture is to do a border of rich hardwoods. You know, the combination of stone and wood really softens the room. It adds more character than just going with stone by itself.
I'm going to put that coloring, this shading of wood, in different areas of this room, just to kind of give it some balance and some dimension.
Okay.
The other reason why is this sitting in front of marble will disappear.
That is true.
So that Buddha will be completely framed in its own kind of display area, and that's where the wood backing will go behind it.
My thought behind not doing marble wall to wall was that I didn't want it to feel like a mall. You know, you walk through a mall and it echoes, and I had to incorporate something that really added some richness, and I found that in the wood. So this is actually looking at the ceiling. This is our beautiful angle that goes up into the ceiling, in which we're going to kind of give it a bit of a temple, but smaller version. Then we have a beautiful beam running down the center because there's a point. The chandelier needs to hang on a flat surface. I'm hoping to stay in this family for the beams, because I feel like, again, monochromatic works to our advantage in this if all the woods blend and they don't get a lot of variation and get too different.
Okay.
Keeping the woods in the room in the same tone, it cleans up the room, it makes it sleek and more modern, just like the Shaws want it to be.
Last piece of the puzzle, I want some beautiful doors. See how you can see through them to see our fireplace. How dramatic is that? Versus classic closing solid doors, which is what we were planning to do.
I absolutely love the door. These doors that allow me to look into the room even when the doors are shut, it almost looks like a screen, and they look really, really nice. I'm very excited about those doors.
I want to incorporate your coffee tables, you know, your pieces into the room. I'm missing some minor upholstery.
Well, there's something I saw in your store today when I walked in.
Okay.
And
I like where this is going. Go ahead.
well, it's going to depend on the discount. But
Oh, wow. Oh, discount, right?
Discount.
The great thing about having a gallery connected to the design studio is it gives me an opportunity to let the clients roam a bit, find things out there that maybe speak to them.
When I entered the store today, the first thing I saw was this beige sofa that was on the left, and it really looked perfect for that room.
So this is the sofa, huh?
This is it.
It's almost this gray putty color. I love it.
And this is going across from the window.
You will be sitting on this and looking out.
It'll be really, really nice. What Jonathan and Brad have just shown me is pretty darn amazing. The Buddha is going to stand out. The doors to that room is going to allow us to see the Buddha even if we are outside the room and the doors are closed. So I love the doors. So I'm waiting to see how all of this comes together.
Today, Ben and I are at Jen's loft, putting the final touches on the kitchen, helping to make it a lot more lively, a little bit warmer, and even more comfortable. I love putting these baskets up there because it gives her more storage, since there's not that much space in the kitchen.
What do you think? How does it look from down
It's
there?
good. A lot of people add decorative items to that empty space between the top of your cabinets and the ceiling, but there's actually a really inexpensive way that you can add more storage up there. You can buy containers, boxes, baskets, have it match the decor of your kitchen, and then it can help warm it up as well. I think it needs to come this way just
do
a little bit. Ready? The island is really the center and the focal point of the entire kitchen. It anchors the entire space down. It gives her more workspace, it gives her seating so that she and the family can actually sit down and enjoy a meal. I feel like it's really taken everything to a completely new level. She should be here any second.
Any second.
I'm like nervous and excited at the same time. Everything is done in Jen's loft, and she is such a good friend of mine that I hope she loves it.
Hello.
Hi.
Here she is.
Oh my gosh, you guys, it's so beautiful.
What do you think?
Oh, I love it. This is gorgeous. Oh,
Yes.
yay. Oh, it's so fun.
3 bar stools for you.
Fantastic.
I love bringing old and rustic into a new space, and I think the island being the reclaimed elm and then adding that gray tone-on-tone top really makes it stand out on its own, in addition to giving it such a great function. And then, of course, Ben's idea for this light, really making it a grand entrance and not just a standard kitchen pendant.
Oh, it's gorgeous. You're right. It truly does glow, like you guys were saying, because I was a little concerned about all the direct bright light in such a stark, dark contrasting place, but it's really beautiful.
I think so.
It's definitely more of an entrance when you come into the space. Before it was just kind of cold and kind of stark, and now you walk in and it's like, wow. It's so functional, and it's just a nice impact as soon as you walk in the door.
Jen, I know before you mentioned that the kitchen felt a little cold and modern, so we did want to bring in some of these natural accessories that I think really warm it up. Is that what you had in mind?
I don't know that I could have envisioned it, because when I think of warming things up, I think of fabrics and things, but I love it. I love the architecture of those little ball things, and I love the little bit of color that you put in there that really makes it feel cozy. It really does. It's awesome. You did great with that. I definitely think it's a space that our family is just going to truly love. So I'm so thrilled. I truly am.
I just got to Charu PB's living room, and Deborah was there, and she has it ready. It's ready for furniture, the accessories, the art, ready for us to get them moved in. Here's the big debate. I don't like the scale.
Yeah,
Everything is low.
all wood.
I love the vase, but let's try those etagères.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take these
I
out.
think those are going to be great.
Etagere is really just a fancy word for describing a freestanding bookshelf. But it's a lightweight one whose purpose is really to display objects and collectibles and allow them to be the star in the room and not the shelf.
Charu and PB offered so much in things they've already been collecting from different areas of the world, Asia, India, even here in the States. And so bring all of those things together and fusing them along with some modern pieces, but making it balanced. And that's what this room is. It's a collection, I think, of their heart and their passion. I'm using these books to warm this up because I don't want it to get too cold, since these shelves are a little sleeker and more simple. Keep your books like my books, but then we're going to change what the accessories are.
Okay. So it's about the accessories and not about the books.
Totally.
I'm so thrilled for PB and Charu to walk in and see this room, and so I just want this room to be perfect and magical for them. I feel like we've delivered, and I cannot wait for them to come in. The Shaw's living room is finished, so now it's time for us to find out if we hit that right blend of east and west that they were looking for.
Are you ready to see your room?
Yes. Oh my God.
What do you think?
Oh. It's called sensory overload.
In a good way, hopefully.
Oh, very good way.
So Charu, is this that visual amazement you wanted?
This is exactly what I wanted.
And it's like you custom made the Buddha for this fireplace.
You know, we talked about it in that meeting too, having that dark stain behind it really just makes it come to life in that space.
It does, yeah, and I wasn't sure it would, but it just...
If we had taken this tile and run it all the way, the marble behind it, it would have disappeared into it.
Exactly. Plus, if I had done this, I would have probably put other stuff around here and I would have lost the impact. I love that light fixture.
Light fixture, everything going on.
I think it's just perfect. It goes so well with the ceiling.
Do you like all the wood color? Do you like the way the beams turned out?
Oh, absolutely. I just love it. This whole blending of dark and light.
Right.
East and west. Jonathan and PB. Charu and Brad. It's looked like they've really thought about where each piece belongs. It's a right placement, the right color, using inanimate objects, but yet make them alive. I think it's just done an absolutely superb job of bringing it together. And this doors, I mean, where do you get them from? This is just wonderful.
Aren't they fabulous? I told you to love them. Just trust me.
It just makes it completely like you're stepping into a different world when you open the door.
The doors are probably one of my favorite things. There's just nothing more amazing than having this beautiful of a grid door and you look through it and you see a little bit or a taste of what's on the other side. These doors have a way of opening up the space a bit more, but revealing beauty.
It really looks great without the rug.
And this marble turned out so amazing that I didn't want to color it up. And I wanted this to feel a little formal. And I think not having a rug in here, it just really shows the architectural brilliance of how all these things work together to be amazing.
I agree.
It does. Plus, the way the marble flows up the fireplace, I think it
don't wanna
just,
break it up.
yeah.
For me, my favorite thing in this room are the architectural features. It's a small room. It has great collected pieces that they have, but it's all enhanced by us being able to do the great fireplace with the wood inlay and the beams and just all the details that make this space so special. And so for me, it's definitely my favorite part.
I'm very proud to be a designer today.
And you have reason to be.
Every reason to.
It's a good day. Good job, Brad.
Good job. All right, let's get out of here.
I knew he was going to do a lot of Buddhism and Oriental stuff because that's where we're from, but being able to bring in the modern, I think that's really what makes that whole room come alive. It's just a right blend of the new and the old, the stark and beautiful. I just love it.